How's it going, PhonLab? It's Root Junkie here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about uptimekuma. This is an amazing Docker container that allows you to monitor websites and even Docker containers and their status, or at least their web interface status. So, pretty awesome, pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and get into this. It's really simple. This is here on GitHub. You'll find this linked below the video here. And there's two different ways you can do it. And we're going to do it off this top one right here. So we're going to go ahead and hit copy. This is another way if you want to expose it differently. You can read about that right there. Alright, so the first thing I do when I get a new command is I come in here and I create a new folder. And we're going to call it uptime, right? Uptimekuma, because that's what it is. And hit enter. Alright, go in that folder, create a new file, text doc, and just say Docker run. And the reason I'm doing this is just because it's a good thing to keep your Docker run commands, okay? I'm also going to change this one from always until unless dash stopped. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and copy that again now that we got the proper command. Copy, file, save. We can close this out. Shrink that guy down. Now we've got it saved here. We can always reference that Docker run command anytime if we want to. Let's go ahead and open up our terminal or command prompt, PowerShell, whichever. It's all the same, right? And hit paste. So we're going to hit enter. And we are pulling the image, and we should have that image here running very shortly. It's not a very big image, but it's a very powerful tool, and I do use this personally quite a lot. So download a newer image, and boom, done. Alright, so if this is working correctly, let's go to our local host and colon, and then our port number was 3001. Hit enter, and you have a variant of uptimekuma. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and just create the first initial account. If I can get my D key to press, there it goes. I think it's busted on this keyboard. And then I'll put in a password, another password. Alright, and hit create. And this is the initial admin creation. I'll save that as well. And here you go, uptimekuma up and running really simply for you right here. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into settings, and just because this is the way I operate, let's see if I can find it. Appearance, dark mode, gotta do dark mode, looks so much better. Alright, I already feel better about it already. So we're going to say add a new monitor. So this is going to be my site, just so you can see how this works to do this. So we're going to do phonlabtech.com. It is an HTTP site, so we're going to type that in as well. Okay, and then heartbeat is how often you want it to ping the site. I'm going to do every 3 minutes. And then beyond that, that's pretty much it. Right here you can see it's looking for acceptance codes, which is a response code. Normally 2000 is a good response code, but anything in, or 200, anything in the 200 range is good. You see things like a 401 or a 502 or something like that, then it's going to give you an error and show there's a problem. You need to look at your site. Why is your stuff not working? So we're going to hit save, and it's going to start pinging right here, and all this graph and information is going to build. But we're going to add another one because I'm going to show you guys how to add a Docker container to monitor. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and say TCP port. You're going to go friendly version of, well, let me actually put it in first and you tell me what it is. So 192, yep, we're going to do .10. And then what's port number on port number 9000? Do you remember? Well, it's portainer. So once you do that, portainer, we'll give it 180 seconds, which is 3-minute ping, and hit save. And now we're monitoring portainer. There is another integration you can do within settings. If you come in here, there is a way to set up Docker host, which allows you to add Docker containers another function way, which is kind of cool. So if you come in here, once you have that set up, you can actually add a Docker container by coming down here to Docker container, give it a name, put in the container name or ID, or /ID, and it'll set up pinging and monitoring that way. So there's a couple cool quick things you can do there. Also, once you get this set up, you can set up a status page. So I've kind of created one here already, just so you can see it. And currently there's no services on it, so let's edit the status page and let's add 2 services and hit save. And now you have these services up. All these little bars will fill up as it gets successful pings. If it's not pinging right, it's basically going to give you a red bar, and you'll see the difference. The cool thing about this is that it's available here to anybody on your local network, so they don't need an account to look at the status page and see if services are up or down. I love this. I use it all the time. It's a great tool, and I monitor too many things, but I love it. All right. So beyond that, the other thing I want to point out is notifications. So if you come in here and you set up notifications, there is every service under the sun you could think of for setting up notifications. I generally just use email. I use Gmail, and I set up an SMTP server, and it works great for me and sends me email if one of my sites go down, and if they come back, shows me all that. So I highly recommend using this, especially if you're going to run multiple Docker containers or if you have websites you're monitoring. It's an amazing tool, and I absolutely love it. All right, so now we got this all up and running. Let me just show you once again that we are running. See, uptimekuma is here. If you come into Portainer, you have 3 services. You can see all the data. If you want to launch the site that these are at, it's very easy. You can click on this link from Portainer, and it should launch it. Now, it doesn't do local host, so for some reason it does 000. So you would have to just type in that local host, and it would launch it, right? I know in here it has the same option, but let's see if this one launches it from local-host. So I think you can change those settings in Portainer, and we'll probably get into that in future videos, so it doesn't go to 0.0.0.0. But still pretty cool. Obviously, this one's got to figure it out to launch to localhost. You can see it there when you highlight over it. Same with this one as well as Portainer. So I love it. It's really cool. You guys will also love uptimekuma once you start using it. Very powerful tool. That's going to wrap it up here for this video, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Root Junkie out.